schedules.
That was work.
Okay, so March,
You just check that.
March 25th will be the rights of way meeting for the month of March, the subcommittee.
Appreciate the conversation.
That way you don't have to be wrapped up in February. You can take February off.
Even warmer in March.
But I just want to let everybody know, generally speaking, of the two meetings, be rights of way first and then planning procedure, generally every month, but for March, we'll flip them. Okay.
Thank you.
Are there any issues for the subcommittee? Okay, so the matters that were discussed here will be addressed on March 25th. We'll take all of the matters up at that time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, the next matter I'd like to address is something that I think years ago, we had said to Mr. Langseth, who was here, that the matter that we would take up after Weekapog would be the Buttonwoods matter. And he's been waiting patiently for some time. I have quite a bit of material that I've gotten, not only from Mr. Langseth, but from the Buttonwoods, I'm going to call it a homeowners association. I don't know.
Beach
The Beach Association. We're preparing a memo for that, and I'd like to address it at the next meeting that we have so that we can kick off the Buttonwoods matter and get that into the process and get going. And I think we can do it concurrently with Spring Avenue on that. There's quite a bit of material. We'll synthesize that for you. If there's anything else that the proponents or the opponents want for this, because it will be a contested matter, they can put it in at that time. But I do have, I think, enough material at this time that the matter go forward.
Can I speak?
You can, yes.
Richard Langseth, Bud Long Farm, Warwick. There's an issue with the city council, and it's an ordinance that mysteriously appeared in the books without hearing or any process. And I asked them to withdraw the ordinance. It went before the city council and the city solicitor, and they pushed me back to the planning board. So now I have a meeting scheduled with the planning director to discuss this ordinance. And once I get a better feel for it, I can write a memo on that. I think it's really important to straighten that out before we go too far. And it's, you know, it's a constitutional issue. And I think we finally, with the new city council that was just inaugurated, I think we can make some progress on that. So, and then my other question is in April, I was a little confused. Apparently the Weekapog people are going to be in March. And is there going to be a meeting in February?
Yes.
So is that where we're going to be? You're going to get the memo prepared for February?
That's correct, yeah.
Oh, okay. And then I have a question for April.
Before we get to that, Mr. Langseth, I know you take extended vacations out of
That's what I was
state.
going to say. When we get to April, I wanted to talk about that.
Okay,
So I just need to, I would like to have a pretty certain date for April so that, you know, I'm not in some crazy place when the meeting happens.
I can answer that. It would be the second Tuesday
Okay, okay, good.
of April.
Very good.
does that accommodate your schedule?
Yeah, as long as I know. Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
I see that as April 8th.
yeah, oh, that's wonderful, okay. Okay, and thanks for everything you're doing, and if you need some help, I mean, we can probably cut back some of those files now that I understand the issues better. Some of these matters might not be as important as I used to think they were.
You'll be hearing from me.
Okay. That's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, if I may, I'd like to address two other rights of way that staff is currently working on, and I think are going to be in a posture very shortly for the subcommittee to address. And they're both westerly rights of way. And the first one is Everett Avenue. And I did manage to discuss this with the solicitors from Westerly who are here on it. Everett Avenue is a public right of way, and I believe that's been confirmed with the town clerk down in Westerly by staff. Although they're waiting for some other documentation. By the way, the clerks have been very, very helpful on this.
He's absolutely terrific.
Yeah, she's very good, and they've helped out. I think that's correct. This is something that was addressed by the right-of-way subcommittee many years ago, like in the early 90s. And for whatever the reason, it just never matured to the designation that it was. The record is not clear on that, although staff has been diligent in getting the records out. However, after review of those records and subsequent research done by staff today, I do think that that one will be in order. Again, a memo will be updated from the one in the 1990s to reflect what staff has done now. After you take a look at that, I think that that one is going to be ready for a public hearing down in Westerly. What we'd like to do is pair that with a road that used to be known as Meadow Lane. The name was changed to Water's Edge Road. It appears from the work that was done back in the late 80s on this thing, that that's also a public right of way. And in fact, that was the recommendation. Again, it never went beyond the hearing stage in the town of Westerly for reasons that I don't know what it is. Staff is currently working with the town clerk on that one. Again, I've asked for some additional documentation to make sure that the record is complete. Once that is done, again, a memo can be drafted and it can be addressed by the subcommittee so the matter can be heard again down in Westerly. Do you have any questions on that? We think that this is something that we've been able to piggyback on. A lot of research was done from old records because the work was done in the past. We think it's important to get these things designated as public rights of way to the shore.
Any questions? Tony? No? No
No,
question.
thank you. We appreciate all the staff work in this area, and we look forward to those public hearings and buttoning those up. Thank you.
We'll keep the town posted on what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I have to say that they've been great with us down Westerly Town Hall.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's it.
Anything else?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I don't want to take Leah's thunder away unless you want to present it. So one of the things that the legislature did last year for the CRMC was give us $25,000 to purchase marker posts and signs, rights of way marker posts and signs. And Leah's handling that for us. We have ordered the marker posts. The signs are being researched. There's a little more work on that. And we should be taking possession of these new marker posts shortly that we can give out to the towns through their DPWs to install at rights of way and get them properly marked. So just an update on that.
Nice. Anything to add, Leah?
No, just that we've informed some of the DPWs already that these marker posts are soon to come and new signs are soon to come. And we definitely have use for them. So they will be quickly implemented.
All right. Anything else to come before us?
Sure.
If not, I would entertain Yes,
Can I ask a question about the markers and the posts? By any chance, could they be, or do you have enough of them where instead of the access to the shore, I'm thinking of wetland beaches, and when people are walking on the beach, there are rights of ways, but there are also property owners' paths to their homes. Can you put markers on the shore side of the right of way?
For the most part, the CRMC program discourages structural changes to a beachfront, which is, the posts generally are meant for pedestrians to understand that there's a right of way to the shore.
Right.
The interaction at the beach becomes more of a question of lateral access, so I think you're discussing people around the beach shore moving along the shoreway as opposed to coming in and out of the shoreway?
No,
Okay,
no.
correct me.
Because there are homes
Yes.
along the beach.
Yeah.
And there are paths between each home. Some of those paths are in fact state designated rights of way. But when someone's walking on the beach, from the beach,
They don't
all
know.
they see are the paths. And they have inadvertently walked through someone's private property. And that causes tension and confusion. I don't know what, even just a little marker.
Put it on the beach
Something
when they
like
walk,
that,
when they
it
know that.
would be very helpful in Westerly.
May I ask a question? In other words, what you're saying is in addition to marking the right of way from the street,
Yes,
you also want a marker on the beach saying this is a right of way to get to the street,
to get out.
to get out.
To get out.
Oh.
Because there's no parking along any of these rights of ways. So people have arrived there by foot or by bicycle. It's not like, or even if they get dropped off, once they get onto the beach, they don't have a.
Yeah, I think generally speaking, depending on the site constraints, it might be something we can do. Because I don't disagree with you. I think in other areas, those paths kind of fan out and they're very visible from the beach looking to the street. But in other cases, they're still only a few feet wide. So I understand that. And I think it also would come, especially on Atlantic Ave, it would come down to a point beyond which the right of way stops. Because if you remember that and Mike Rubin did it for the state, there is actually a line at which property ends and yet the beach continues. So we wouldn't be able to put the sign anywhere but on the right of way, which might not be ideally on the beach like you're suggesting. But I think generally speaking, it's something that we can look into, and if it works, we'll do it.
And even if it was on the right of way.
Yeah.
on the
Oh, it would have to
side,
be on the right of
it's
way.
a visual for people.
It wouldn't be anywhere but on the confines of the right of way. Absolutely. Yep.
Thank you.
If I could speak on that, there's one in particular, I think it's 417 Atlantic, something like that. And it goes across to some Narragansett land on the other side. And you can't find it. It's very hard to find.
We can definitely look into that. Thank you.
Thank you. Cindy, do you need her name? Could you just state your name, please?
Richard Langston.
Oh, not you. I know you, Richard.
Joy Cordio.
Okay. Anything else that come before us this evening? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone. 5 minutes.
Wrap.